right. We are live. All right, all right. Wait for some people to come in. Oh, motherfucking man. What's going on, Morgan Jackson? What's going on? Happy afternoon. I don't know where everyone is at, but happy afternoon. It's noon here. 12:11. 12:11. Wait for some more of you guys to come in here. Go ahead and put in the comments, where you guys are from. And hey, Board Lord, Bird Lord. I saw you were waiting on this live for a while. I saw you earlier. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's a good day, a good happy Saturday. The weather's great. It's a good day to get out and get stuff done. I got plans tonight, so I'm in a really, really good mood. Plus, we're at 5,000 subscribers. Finally, I think as of today, I can double check and see what the exact number is. We might be at like 5.2K. Yeah, I was waiting for your good old words of wisdom. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. In Prairie View, Texas. Oh, okay. I like Texas. I've been to Dallas. I spent a week in Dallas, and then I can't think of the other city in Texas I went to, but it like bordered on Oklahoma, and it smelled like cow shit the whole entire town. But hey to everyone that just came in. Hey, I'm gonna let you guys call in with Google Hangouts if you guys would like, and I'll just let you talk about whatever. I'm in Cali. You have to come. Oh, I'll be there soon. Um, so what you guys would do? I'm talking to you guys right now, like on my phone. Hey, Cornelia. Um, so if you guys want a video in via Google Hangouts, I will pull you up on my laptop and kind of put you up to the phone and let you say whatever you need to say. So definitely don't be shy if you want to call in. And we hit 5,000 subscribers. Can you guys believe it? I think last week when I went live, I think I only had like 1.4 thousand, and now we're at 5.2. Just under your channel. I'm a new subscriber. Thank you, Brave Bird. Thank you. Tell us how you learned of my channel as well. Now I know a lot of you guys came over here because of that Tasha K stimulus package that I got that I am so thankful for. Some of you guys are like day ones when I only had like 400 subs. And I mean, if I got any OGs, I don't know who my first like 50 subs were, but if you're here, comment below. So, like I was saying earlier on one of my posts, we're gonna have our Celeb Saturday video dropping tonight. We're talking about J Lo and A Rod. We're talking about Chatty Patty, Jose Canseco. I never liked that motherfucker. I never liked him from years ago. He's been messy as hell the whole time. We're gonna talk about Raz B and this Millennium tour that he on. I'm gonna break it down to you guys why Raz B will never get over what Chris Stokes did to all of them boys. He'll never ever get over that. But I'm gonna give him some advice on how to get over that. Where are you from? Your Chloe video brought me. I'm gonna let you guess, Liz. Let you guess where I'm from. I like to see people try to guess that. I hinted at it one time, but let me see. I believe your video popped up about the Jordan and Chloe drama. Love your commentary. Okay. All right. Thank you, Brave Bird. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you really liked it. I think we got somebody else that needs a roasting too. Pastor Powder Puff Pastor John Gray, but we'll see. Y'all seen John Gray on the reel telling all them lies? Him and his wife Aventa Gray, they went on the reel this past week and was talking about, how he had this affair and it was just an emotional affair and he was only in the presence of her one time and oh, please go in on the college scandal. That's gonna be on Celeb Saturday. I'm gonna be talking about Lion Lori Laughlin and phony Felicity Huffman. Yes, he lied to the receipts. Yeah, the receipts are already out there. The mistress actually had leaked the voicemails already. I don't know if this is damage control for Pastor John Gray, but it's actually not doing him good because we had kind of forgot about it. So, you did better off just leaving stuff alone instead of now you trying to come up with a lie saying that you was only in her presence once. But if y'all noticed on the real, Adrienne Bailon, because we know she knows all about cheating anyway. Adrienne Bailon has said, well, what about the hotel receipt? There was a receipt that came out and you guys were in a hotel room together. And he said, well, that's the past and that's a year old. And it's like powder puff. That's not what we want to know. We want to know what you and the mistress did in the hotel together because I know what people get hotel rooms for. I know. I was slightly confused when they said leaked audio, but I've heard all that audio before. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, it wasn't really leaked. Sometimes stuff will be out in the general public first, and then the blogs and the news. We kind of be late with getting information sometimes. We can't stay on top of everything. So, sometimes he had her in positions. He sure did. He sure did. He had her on her knees, but she wasn't praying to God. I can tell you that. What they was doing in that room was not godly like. Hold on, y'all. What they was doing in that room was not godly. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Get the strap. Get the strap on Pastor John Gray. Thank you. Hey, Wendy. Wendy, welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Get the strap when they mess up. Get the strap. That's all I want y'all to know. But yeah, I did a video about Pastor John Gray some months ago. It's somewhere down buried on my channel. The lighting isn't that great, but I just wanted to know, like, Pastor, you bought your wife that $200,000, $300,000 Lamborghini. You showed it off. Was that I love you, baby. Thank you for sticking by me this whole time type of present, or damn, baby, you didn't call me cheating. I don't want you to leave me, and I'm gonna lose my ministry, lose my whole life, lose half of my stuff, and have to pay you alimony. I'm never gonna find somebody that really loves me the way you do. So let me buy you this gift so you can stay. When these men mess up, they have to buy a gift. That's what they do. Kobe Bryant screwed that waitress in the ass in a hotel room. All of a sudden, Vanessa got a bigger ring and got a bigger house. It's just how it goes. They say you can't buy love, but maybe you can buy somebody to stand by you. It was a stand by me. It was a stand by me gift. Get the strap. Get the strap. So I don't know with them. I would respect people more if they came out and just kept it real about their transgressions. Yes, at the end of the day, you may be a pastor, but you're a human being too. And you have lusts and you have needs too. And instead of trying to lie to us like we're stupid, you should have just kept it real and said, I cheated. That was my mistress. I allegedly have a baby on the way, but we're going to stay together and we're going to work through this. But y'all know. Why is his wife accepting all of this? Because it's all about it's a bird lord. It's all about the look and the position. See, the thing is, when you're in church. Let me just break this down real quick. And even because his wife's name is a Venter or something like that, her damn name sound like a Lamborghini, so she expensive. But she had came out and said that there's nothing wrong with him buying her an expensive car because we entertain you guys just like the athletes and the musicians. So that's letting you know when it comes to that church stuff, that's an industry that is $1 billion business, and it is more about playing on your emotions than it is about saving your soul. Come on now, they in the business of money, not getting you to heaven. Because if you do know that word, what you know is that no man on this earth can get you into heaven. You have to believe in Jesus Christ. You believe in the Son, that's the way to heaven. according to that word, not being in church every Sunday, not doing flips and trips and splits in front of the pew, not donating all your money, but you ain't got no money to pay your rent, but you tithe because you think you can pay your way into heaven and you can't. A lot of y'all gonna get to the pearly gates, gonna be denied, and gonna be looking crazy because you gave most of your income your whole life. You ate out of cans and you ate oodles and noodles and you ate beans to give all your money to the church to secure your spot in the afterlife when your heart wasn't right. So a lot of y'all don't know that you ain't gonna make it to where you think you want to go any damn way. You gonna make it where the hell you belong. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. There. I got off track. Somebody asked why she's staying. Yeah, it's the money. It's a lot of money in being a pastor's wife. You know, John Gray is on TV. He got book deals. He was mentored by one of the biggest pimps of them all, Joel Osteen. Y'all remember Joel Osteen when that flood happened down there in Houston and it was just this much water in his church, but he said the whole church was flooded, because all them people that was homeless, he couldn't let nobody come in when it was just a little bit of water, just a little bit, just enough to baptize a cricket, but couldn't nobody come to work and open up that church, but you could sure as hell take all them donations. You could sure as hell be a 501c3 and not pay taxes. Joel Osteen, hell. All of them are not to be trusted if you ask me. Trust God, trust the Lord. Oh, I didn't see her when she was cussing the mistress out. Oh, I didn't see that calling her a devil, but she didn't put that part to her husband. That's because a lot of people still have that old school way of thinking that a man can't control himself and that it doesn't matter if a man sleeps with 1,000 women on his wife. It's them women's fault because they skirt was too short. They was wearing red lipstick. They was wearing the red dress. If they would not have enticed him, he would not have cheated. They still have that old school way of thinking. No, your man cheated on you because your man wanted to cheat on you. And your man got power and prestige and money, and that's why he cheats. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to tell you. But that's why most men cheat. Most men cheat. And the main reason why men want money and power and fame is just to have more access to women. Get the strap. Get the strap. Ooh, talking to y'all, I get thirsty. She said that the other woman appealed to his 16-year-old self. But he ain't 16. That's the problem. John Gray, you ain't 16. You damn sure ain't built like no 16-year-old. That good is every bit of 40. Come on now. You every bit of 40 some years old still talking about your 16-year-old self. Them days are long gone. Them days are long gone along with his waistline. He can't find his 16-year-old self. He'll never find his waistline again. But you know what though? I Get the strap. Get the strap. We ain't got time to play with that, John Gray. And y'all better be looking at these pastors and how they live in their lives before you let them judge you. Let me tell you something. You can love the Lord and still enjoy your life. Just because you give your life to God, don't mean that God don't want you to live. There is more to life than just staying at home, looking at the four walls, praying, and then going to church and giving them all your money. That turns you into a hoe that's being pimped by the church. That's all I'm saying. That that practice, that I want to call it a ritual almost, but that practice of giving all your money to somebody, they not giving you nothing in return hardly, but hopes and dreams, in a place to vent and judgment, and you spend your whole life trying to live up to something that you would never be, not knowing that your pastor is doing 10 times worse than you. You sit there, you go to church, you wonder why so many kids in the church look alike. It's because the pastor is throwing all the women in the church. Because when the women are sitting in them chairs and they looking at that pastor preaching, they seeing his power and his emotions and how he can just move a room. When one man can move a room, that's hella attractive to a woman. I don't care what religion that she practices. So they all want to get with him. They all want to have a baby bomb because at the end of the day, it's all about an image and a look. Yeah, they play pretend. They play pretend because they know in their hearts they really are evil. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they go around shagging a pastor. Exactly. You can't judge me for having earrings or having tattoos or liking to go out and have a glass of wine when you like the pastor's dick in your mouth. That's all I'm saying. I got alcohol in my mouth. You got the pastor's dick in your mouth. Which one is worse? I'm just saying. Y'all let me know which one is worse: a drink or you having a pastor's dick in your mouth. But a lot of people don't want to live in reality. They want, I hate to say it, but what is the church really doing for us? What is the church? Well, some churches create ongoing things to accumulate more money, books, cake, food, dinners for local community. That's good. If the churches are doing stuff for the communities, that's good. Thank you, Liz. If the churches is doing stuff for the communities, that's what they're supposed to do. And that's absolutely great. Shout out your church if it's one of the good ones. All I want y'all to know is I'm not saying don't go to church if that's what you want to do. I'm not saying let one bad apple, one powder puff pastor stop you from going to church if that's what's going to make you happy. If that's going to aid in your salvation. But I just want you to know that you can learn the word and live the word, but you still have to live in the world and you have to function in the world. And if you want to improve your life while you're here and your children's lives and your grandkids' lives, you have to make certain moves financially and you have to demand more from these churches. If I'm tithing and I'm giving you this money, y'all need to be paying people's light bills. Y'all need to be building schools for our kids. Y'all need to be helping us go to college. Storm, do you think a Venture will leave him if he is openly confessing? Now, I don't think she's ever going to leave. I don't think so. I don't think so. The money's too good. Y'all gotta understand too. A lot of these relationships, these marriages that you see on TV, these people don't be together. They be legally, married, but he'll live on one side of the house, she'll live on one side of the house, or they'll have two separate homes and they'll come together to shoot TV shows, and go to events, and they'll even pull up to church together. But a lot of people in them high positions like that, they don't be together for real. They just not gonna get no divorce because they don't want to look bad, but they ain't going nowhere. And I don't think she is either. Do you think religion for a lot of people is just gone? Yeah, it is. Religion is gone. I know mega church that collects money and I give a dime. Yeah. And then this is my thing too. You know, if you as a church grow to be on a mega status and you've been that blessed, okay, fine. I have no hate against that. But if you're bringing in millions of dollars, a large portion of that money should be going back into your community. So your members don't have to take out student loans; they get funded by the church. Your residents don't have to be homeless and struggle to pay their rent. You have low income church housing. Like that's what we should be doing. Because if the church is not giving back to us, then you're just giving it and you're not getting nothing out of it. That's all I want people to know. Especially in the black communities, our neighborhoods will look bad, tore down, run down, but the church is still there. And you're there every Sunday, you're there every Wednesday, you're there every Tuesday, giving all your money, and then you look up like, well, damn, I ain't seen them do a food drive. I ain't seen them go and check on these old people living in these old rundown houses. They can't afford heat and air and having heat strokes. Build that or hospital, build hospitals, absolutely. You right, it's a partnership, not a sponsorship. That's true too. That's true too. Everything in life should be a two-way street. It should be a two-way relationship. Going to a building, sitting with people with the same ideas, and just having people rub your back when you're going through something. Putting that green rubbing alcohol around your mouth when you catch the Holy Ghost. All that is cool, but that's not gonna help better your life. Why do black people not care about their own? You know what? Because I gotta realize the few black people that raise themselves up out of the gutter, honestly, they look back like them Negroes on their own. Like that's the way they look. We're naturally selfish as a people. Actually, I take that back. I can't say naturally. I think that's just been taught to us. me mentality. I made it, so you figure it out. But everybody's not quick witted like that. They don't really know what's going on, so you have to sometimes kind of reach back a little bit, but only if they want the help. Now, don't waste your time on people that want to just keep doing the same thing. That ain't no good. I ain't trying to sound like Steve Harvey, but when he said you can't do nothing for poor people, but not be one of them, he got a point. But I dare to say you can't do nothing for somebody who doesn't want to change their situation, except just let them be. If they living in the gutter and they don't want to make no moves to do better, let them be. So sometimes you gotta love and pray for people from a distance. I told y'all before about them energy vampires. Protect your energy first and foremost. Hey, Asia. So you guys got anything you want to talk about? Any questions you want to ask? Like I said, I'm working on a Celeb Saturday video to drop. I'm working on some more videos for you guys. Of course, we're going to be reviewing Iyanla Fix My Life, Andrea Johnson, another member of the church. The gospel singer, she will be on Fix My Life this Saturday, so I'm definitely excited to see this episode. She's one of my favorite. Keep your distance and pray. She's one of my favorite because Leandria, she keep it real about what she do. And I think when I do that video, I'm gonna have my red solo cup with my Patron in my cup, as I review it because that's what she likes to drink. So we gonna cheers it to her. I'm talking about the college scandal on Celeb Saturday. And I did a quick little minute video this week, but I will be going. I'm gonna go in on them because it just shows you how much college is a scam, y'all. It's a scam, and that's all. That's all. Okay, we can kind of touch on the college thing real quick. I won't go too deep. I just want you guys to no, don't feel bad when you go on these jobs and you never get in a management position, you never get in a supervisor position, or you're not even able to get the job that you really want because you told, oh, you didn't have the right major, or you didn't make good enough grades in school. Like all that stuff really matters. It doesn't. To make it out here to truly have that advantage, it's all about who you know. I'm sure you guys can relate to this. I've worked many jobs, right? And on most of my jobs, my supervisors and or managers were complete dumbasses. I've had a lot of managers and supervisors that I know intellectually more I was more astute. And that's not me throwing shade, that's just me keeping it real. I had a lot of supervisors, I'm like, you dumb as hell. All this stuff you got us doing don't make no sense, but you got the title, so we have to follow. Basically, I'm trying to say, don't feel bad because you don't have the title, because a lot of people with the titles didn't earn the title. They was just given it, because of who they were married to or who they're related to and who they were friends with. But they want to trick the masses into saying, you just need to work harder and then you can get there. You just need to study harder and get straight A's, and everything's about A's and B's, and they kids not making A's and B's. Most of their kids are dumb as hell. I went to college with a lot of kids that had jobs waiting on them when they graduated, or their fathers had businesses and they already knew what they were going to do. College was basically a party, and even when they were taking these tests and taking these papers, should I spill it? Most people in college that's making, not most, some of the people in college that's making A's and B's actually are cheating. Like cheating is a big part of college. I remember it wasn't my fraternity, but one that I happened to go in their house, had to do like a project, and I think they wanted me to join, but I wasn't finna join that because the way they did black folks up in there, I would have had Pookie and Mookie and them down there ready to set it off. But that's another story for another day. This particular frat had a library of tests, answer keys, and all these papers from a bunch of different classes. So their members, if you're taking this class, go study this test so you know what to answer on these exams. They had the answer keys, they had the tips, they had the breakdown, they had it all, a whole library full of it. So those guys in that particular fraternity that's making A's and B's, they ain't really studying like that. They might show up to class, but they already got the answers. So you might really try and study hard for a test, and you only get a C, so you feeling down on you. But the motherfucker that got an A didn't really earn it. They just had the advantage. So that's the thing about college. College is really just a network, to increase your net worth. But if you're not in a STEM field, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and if you don't go to like a Howard, a Baylor, one of those upper echelon, the elite of colleges, your network and net worth will be subpar. It is who you know also have bad experience. Yeah, it's who you know. The job I just got is based on it was based on who I knew. My friend worked there and she got my application to the top because somehow magically they overlooked my resume and she emailed the recruiter and got me on in. I'm telling y'all, don't feel bad when y'all go on these interviews and you don't get it, even though you know you gave a damn good interview, you know you qualify for it. You like, wait a minute. Cause come on now, we honest with ourselves at the core, even if what comes out of our mouths is a lie. You know when you go on an interview and you do good. You know when it's I, and you know when like, well, damn, I bombed that. I'm not even expecting to get a call back. But when you have one of them interviews and you did damn good, you knew what you was talking about, everything flowed, or you get to the second and third interview and all of a sudden now they went with somebody else or the job has disappeared, it ain't because of your qualifications. It's because that supervisor, recruiter, whomever said, you know what, I like her, and they was about to hire you, but then their boss said, no, actually, we're gonna give that position to my cousin. We're gonna give that position to my nephew or to my son. So you're gonna have to not give the job out to anyone else. A lot of these jobs will hold interviews just to say they hold them, and the position is already filled. I've worked some jobs where they held the interviews. See, every manager got another manager, right? And so they have certain quotas they have to make. They have certain things they have to do on a quarterly and annually basis. So they will hold interviews just to say they did, but they already got the positions filled and they already know who they want to hire. That's why I tell people work on you a side hustle. If you can start a business, do that. You have to find multiple ways to make your money because you can't just depend on one thing. You can't put all of your eggs in one basket. You can master one thing, correct? Cronyism and nepotism, absolutely. You can master and get good at one thing. Like I'm, working on getting really good at this YouTube and broadcasting stuff, but I have to have multiple hustles going on because no matter what a job do, you could give a job 30 years of your life, your back and your kneecaps, and one day they can say, you know what, we're downsizing, Susan, or you know what, we don't like the mistake that you made, and even though you've given us your whole life, you never took vacations, you never took sick days, you fucked up once, so now you fucked out of a job, and it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Do you think do you think they would get a lot of jail time or a slap on the wrist like always? I think they got good enough lawyers, and I think they'll have to pay a lot of fines, and I think they'll end up getting probation. I don't think they're gonna do years in prison. I think that Jussie will do more time before Lori Laughlin and phony Felicity Huffman will. So let me tell you guys about some other stuff that's gonna be coming up on this channel. I'm going to start doing business reviews and black business reviews. So I'm going to allow a business owner to either come on the show via Zoom. We'll record an interview. They can talk about their business, plug their business, and really just give us an insight to their journey. And then I'll post that out there. in the public for yes black business, yes Asia, absolutely. And then I'll post it out there, and then you guys can comment. You guys can review their business if it's in your city and hometown. Same thing with the business reviews. I'm gonna do another series for black business owners where they can talk about their journey, give us tips, and plug their business as well. I will be charging a small little fee, to advertise their business. But you watch my back, I watch yours. We got 5,200 subscribers now, so I got a little bit of a reach. But yeah, that's what's coming up. More show reviews. Hustle and Soul comes on in April. I'll be reviewing that show as well as, I'm gonna sprinkle the celeb roasts in there, every now and then. I can't do it all the time because here's the thing: YouTube don't like to monetize roles. Hey Mia, YouTube don't like to. That Dear Chloe video I did, it is not suitable for advertisers. Like like they are not having that. YouTube in 2019 ain't playing that. Maybe if I had started this channel in 2009, I would have been able to get away with that stuff. But you know, what's the number, you guys? Somebody help me. Please help your fellows. What is the number to call us for? Actually, just get on via Google Hangouts, so you can actually. I'll put my email in the chat here real quick. One sec. I'm gonna put my email in the chat, and if you have Google Hangouts, you can go straight to Google Hangouts, put in my email, and then you can call. Okay, I just put it in there. Yep, I see it. It's good, but can you help me call this better? Not paying you. I'm trying to be down. No problem, Bill Lord. Yeah, great, great is good, but you can help me call this. Okay. Now I'm quite understanding that. But yeah, so that's what's coming up on this channel. This channel is gonna be, really diverse. I want to, appeal to everyone, business reviews. We want to do show reviews. We want to talk about entertainment news. And I want to get into politics as well. I am like a baby when it comes to understanding politics. I'm not one of those YouTubers that's gonna get on here and act like, I know what I'm talking about. Like in a lot of ways I don't, but what I can give is a young person's perspective and learn, and we can learn together, and you guys can correct me as we go along. When I get something wrong, say, nah, Storm, that ain't quite how it's going down. Like this is how it goes down, and we basically can grow our community. Oh, and the mosque shootings. Let's talk about that really quick. So in New Zealand, this past week, a mosque got shot up. I kept getting different reports. Some said 45 people died, some said 48. Let's just say 50. Pretty much around 50 people got shot by white supremacists, all in the name of these people are taking over and these people are raping our people. And it just doesn't make sense. So, what do you guys think about all these shootings that's happening? And it always happens at a movie theater, a school, or some kind of church. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? So, give it a minute to come in. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you sit there and you watch the news and you always hear about something bad going on. You always hear something negative going on, and it kind of just makes you like afraid to leave the house low key. And I almost wonder. Sorry guys, the cameras look pretty. Yeah, we gonna rock with it. Shoot, church, school, the mall. Yeah, every place that's public, every place that you're supposed to go to get joy and be able to socialize with others. I sometimes think that the government is putting all of this negativity in the media to like create a society where we don't leave the house, and then the government really can take over all aspects of our lives. Like think about it. Kids started getting kidnapped a lot in the 70s and 80s. So kids, large group, kids was really getting kidnapped in the 70s and 80s. So then the 90s babies, our parents didn't let us play outside like that. You know, you had to pretty much stay on the porch, stay in the house. So then you got the invention of video games. So now kids don't have a reason to go outside and play and socialize. It's all about the video games. And then we transformed into, yes, heartbreaking for New Zealand. Then we transformed into the cell phones, and now kids was on the phone all the time, an instant messenger, and then these phones got really freaking smart, and now we can just video chat, and I can stay literally in my house on this phone all day long, talk to people, do whatever, and I really don't have to leave. So I almost feel like one day our society is just going to be people in the house. They're going to leave their house to go to work and come straight home. And once the robots take over everything, it won't even be a need to even leave the house. But I don't know what's going to happen to our economy at that point. But I don't know. It's just my theory. I could be completely Jackie F. Exactly. It's always a mental issue when it comes to white supremacists, but every other culture. Yes, when a white supremacist kills people, it's a mental illness, but they would never call him a terrorist. They would never call him a terrorist. And I am on my channel, we're going to do that. That was an act of terrorism, point blank. You killing a bunch of people for no reason or for some radical reason, you're a terrorist. You're doing this in your own home or overseas or wherever, you're a damn terrorist. No, he's simply a gunman. Yeah, you're right. Cause see, I gotta pay attention to that too. There's power in words. What about your thoughts on chemtrails? I haven't studied chemtrails enough, to really give a deep analysis on it. But these are my thoughts. I can absolutely believe that stuff is flying over us and sprayed down, to get in our hair, our skin, our respiratory system, to get in our ground, so then it gets in our food. If you notice, really ain't nothing safe. How do y'all think all these people getting cancer the way they are? You're told to stay away from certain foods, so you do. Oh, but is it terrorist? Yeah, that's an act of terrorism too. Because even though you're not immediately killing people, you're doing it slowly. I believe that's where a lot of cases of cancer is coming from. It ain't because you didn't eat enough vegetables and fruits when you was a kid. It's stuff that's being put in the water, in the air, and you're breathing that in every single day, and those toxins build up in your body, and it manifests into disease later on. Serious blessings to you. Yeah, that's what I think. It's just my theory. They want to create a disease to kill 90% of the population. Well, we're gonna have to do something because we're running out of room. Like, we got, what is it, 7 or 8 billion people on this earth now? We got a lot of people on this planet. And between robots taking over everything, pretty soon people are not gonna really have a way to make money. I don't know how people are going to survive. Storm, do you think blacks should look into Africa? Ghana's giving dual citizenship Zimbabwe. Yes, yes, I do think that some blacks should consider going to Africa if that's what they're going to do, if that's what they want to do, and if they're willing to leave that Western way of thinking behind. Don't go over there to still act like you in the United States and still do the same things that kept that kept us in a certain position here. You take your behind over to Africa, you have the mindset of a boss. You go over there to literally create your own life in your own destiny. So that's why all of our foods are GMO. Yeah, ain't nothing real. Ain't nothing you said your body was made to eat real food. And when you're not taking in real food, that's why we have so many problems losing weight. So boom, that creates the diet industry. Everything is a diet pill and a fad. When really a lot of us ain't fat because we overeat. We fat, swollen and bloated because of all the chemicals that's put in this food. So even when you travel to different countries, I noticed that it's like, wow, the food tastes different. I'm not tasting a bunch of salt and chemicals, and depending on where you go, your body is going to shock. Yes, straight terrorism. Yeah, it is. But we do the best we can. Try to eat healthy, try to do right. That's all we can really do. But yeah, I do believe the government is definitely trying ways to get rid of people and to basically, you know, bring that new world order to life, which really is already here, if you notice. But slowly but surely, things are gonna why not white people to Africa. I mean, well, blessings to you. The question was about black people going to Africa, not white people. But to be honest, blessings to you. Why don't white people just want to go to Europe? I mean, if you want to go to Africa, okay, fine. I'm not, against that. But if that's not really your home, GMO and food, if that's not really your homeland, it's like, well, you know, what are you there for? See, for American blacks, we don't really have ties to who we truly are. So I'm always going to be an advocate for them going home and getting back to who they are. Yeah, all these hormones they put in food, all these antibiotics and stuff that they shoot up these chickens and cows with, it is not good for you. And here's another thing. A lot of the stuff that they shoot up, nothing to do with blacks, it's a distraction, whites are taking advantage of the time. It's time for blacks to own. It is time for blacks to own. I done said it before and I done said it again. China is gonna take over Africa, and that's gonna be the new China. Like you look on TV and all they show you is the dirt roads. They show you the kids with the bloated stomachs and the flies flying around his face. They want you to think ain't nothing there, but they steady going there. They talk bad about Africa, but they ain't left Africa where all the natural resources is at, where you can get mountains, you can get a beach, you can get a forest, you can get desert, you can get whatever you want. It's all in the motherland. That's where they want to. That's where they want to go. They ain't left. They ain't left. So we might as well go back and claim our own as well. But you got a lot of American blacks that are not comfortable with their heritage, so they don't want nothing to do with Africa. Shut down fast food. Well, fast food definitely ain't good for you because of all the chemicals that's put in it. We don't know if that's real meat that we're eating. We don't know if it come from a cow or a horse. If they put enough salt in it, hell, we can't tell the difference. So, I say definitely stay away from that. I think if you want to make fried food at home, if you want to fry you a burger and fry you some fries at home, I would rather you do that than get it from McDonald's. And the food now at McDonald's is overpriced anyway. You know, I can't eat off no dollar menu if they even still got it. I need, if I eat, I got to get full, And even when I eat McDonald's, it's like you'll be full for an hour, and then after that, you're right back hungry. And then it's like, well, damn, I done just ate 1,500 calories, all my salt for the day, all my sugar for the day, but I'm right back hungry. And that's how you put on weight and get fat. That's exactly how. How about Red Bull? Red Bull. I know because I want to get a sponsorship from them. Energy drinks ain't really good for you either. And I'm gonna keep it real. I don't care if that is my gimmick and that's what I want to get sponsored by. Best believe I'm drinking it when I'm on camera for the sake of the show. But that ain't good for you neither. If you first off, the best way to get energy is to get plenty of rest. A lot of people are waking up sleepy and tired because you're not going to bed when you're supposed to, and you're not getting enough sleep. Sometimes you got to sacrifice some things to get that extra hour or two of sleep. I want to know who I am. About going to Africa. Go to Africa. Get your passport. Everyone should have a passport. Get your passport and go visit. You know, for a lot of my people that's getting these two, five, and even $10,000 refund checks, take that money, spend the money. Well, horse meat, damn, yeah, possibly. Take that money, take your tax refund checks, and take a trip to Africa and take your kids on a real vacation. Not just Disney World. Disney World is fun, but hell, that ain't teaching them nothing. Go take them on a real trip. Tanisha Carter and something. Yeah, all these killings of black people is definitely ridiculous. I didn't hear about the Tanisha Carter situation. I don't know how I missed that, but it's something in this country how we feel worse when a dog gets killed versus a black person. Black person gets shot in the street, was in the news for a little bit, and then we move on. If we find out somebody is fighting dogs and killing dogs, we taking them down for as long as we can. So something's got to change. Yes, I don't eat there no more. Now I'm gonna kind of look down at these comments down here on the computer too, as you guys are talking. Chemicals and hormones from animal bodies. Yeah, that's where cancer is really coming from. It's all these hormones and chemicals that are not meant for human consumption. Hey, that's KO. Hey, KO. This is just a live I wanted to do for you guys since we hit 5K. We are on the road to 10K subscribers. I absolutely cannot wait. Good day. Hey, Farron. Yeah, I think that's how you say that. Yeah, cannot wait to hit 10K and then on to 25K and 50K and 100 and a million. And I know that seems like such a long ways away, but you have to speak those things into existence. I got the monetization on this channel now, so it's going to take time before those dollars roll in. But the good thing is, I always have a Cash App you guys can donate to, always have a PayPal. And then anytime I go live, you guys can super chat, super chat. How much water are you planning on drinking? Okay. And yes, people will take in a homeless dog rather than a human being. Yes, they will. You will drive past a homeless dog and you'll put it in your car and take care of it versus seeing a human being on the street that's hungry and you walk right past them. It will happen because you always tell the truth. Thank you, only one me. I gotta stay truthful. It's the only way I know how to be. So this is how much I have so far. I really need to do way more, but I want to finish this whole gallon by the end of the day. But I woke up kind of late, so I'm behind in it, and I really just take my time with it. I don't always make it to the full gallon, but if you can get at least half a gallon, it's going to help your organs run better, help you with constipation, and really just help you feel better overall. And like I said, I'm on this weight journey. I'm basically 38, 39 pounds down, 40 pounds, whatever. So I want to keep that up. I definitely don't want to go backwards. But yeah, um, let's see. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I'm going to stay on here probably about 13 more minutes. I can't get too messy today just because that's what the Celeb Saturday is for. Congratulations on the progress. Thank you. Thank you. I've really been working hard. I made my first video, I think, like 11 months ago, but I got really serious the past 6 months. And when I reached out to my mentors, my YouTube mentors, and you guys know who they are. I don't want to keep plugging them and basically, I don't want them to feel like that I'm using their name for a come up, so I kind of be careful when I mention them, but I absolutely adore them, and that's what I want to tell people too. When you want to do something, you got to contact people that's doing that and learn from them. I didn't learn more from these YouTube mentors than I would have learned from any book in school. Okay, I have a lot to say. Should I start a YouTube channel? Yes. Starting a YouTube channel is easy, it's free, but maintaining and growing subscribers is hard. Stay patient, and the best thing I can tell you is treat it like a job. So you go to a job and you put in, 4 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. It's the same kind of effort and energy if you want to really make a name for yourself because you got to research and you got to get your facts right because if you don't people will like talk about you bad. Like, man, they'll talk about you. Also, Asia, you have to have a thick skin. I've been called pretty much everything in the book. So you have to have a thick skin because people be in their feelings. What do you think of Andrew Yang and $1,000 a month free? Love your channel. Thank you, Pat Anderson. Yes, I saw the interview with Andrew Yang on The Breakfast Club. So he's talking about universal basic income, right? Where every single person, regardless of your socioeconomic status, will be given $1,000 a month, free reign for you to do whatever you want to do with it. Martin Luther King actually wanted to. He talked about this as well before he got assassinated. I think it's a great idea. Really think about it. Inflation is steady going up, but wages are not. And we are at a point that in America, you pretty much have to work two jobs just to stay afloat. It's hard to survive. It's hard to make it. I know a lot of us do live beyond our means. We do go get things we really can't afford. We have kids that we really can't afford. But if we're gonna be in a country where we say we are number one, then we got to keep up and get with the program. We're basically running this country like it's still 1965, even though it's not. All right. But yeah, I'm an advocate for the universal basic income, and I'll do a video about that too. Trying to be more healthy myself in this 42-hour fast. Yes, congratulations. Fasting is a good thing. I go back and forth with that. It's kind of hard. They be talking about these YouTube streets, Tasha K, Mona Simone, everything else. Did you hear about the single Avant? Avant only got 6 months to live? What? No, I haven't really heard about that. Give me some more details on that. I mean, how did you okay, how did you get your mentors? I watched them online. I got a lot of people that's a mentor in my head. Like For the Love of Juice, that channel. That's a mentor in my head just because how quickly she's grown. Let's see, Charlemagne the God. That's a mentor in my head, not the whole rape scandal, but just how he's built his career. So we all have people that we look up to. But I started like making them an actual mentor. I sent them an email, I reached out, I paid for a little bit of their time and built a relationship from there. Guys, I'm currently visiting, and your people are so beautiful. Learned so much about the share family as a result of so glad to find. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you. Yeah, what is Avant dying from? Is it cancer? You said 6 months to live. That sounds like cancer. Look up chest. A serious illness. Yeah, that could mean a lot of things, though. Kimber, let me see if I can find it real quick while we're live, because I honestly hadn't heard about. Oh wow, we came up on Google. Avant singer, 6 months to live. Okay. I'm not seeing why. Okay, looking now it says given 6 months to live. Um, a terminal illness. He contracted the disease about 8 years ago. Oh, whoa. I plan on making my transition as smooth as possible, spending time with family and friends. Well, he's not confirming what it is, but that sounds like AIDS to me. Oh, I believe they said it's lupus. No, but you can't contract lupus. I thought people were just born with lupus. No, I just read on it's on I mean it's all alleged. Boxden.com. I mean, I don't know how reputable they are, but Avant said he contracted this terminal illness 8 years ago. And now he has 6 months left to live. That sounds like AIDS to me. I don't know about you guys. That to me, that sounds like AIDS all day long. Pat Anderson. Pat, thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it. A lot of people got mad at me about that Kardashian video, but I really wasn't trying to be racist or anything. I was just giving a theory. It's all a theory. Or cancer, beach waves, but you don't contract cancer, right? That's something that just comes up in your body. I don't know, guys. I read that, and to me, it sounds like AIDS. And usually, when they want to keep stuff a secret like that, It's usually AIDS. Shout out to Eddie Long that's in the grave. Okay, Jackie F said or syphilis. What they got? I mean, syphilis is curable, but there are four different stages of syphilis, and if you don't get it treated in that fourth stage, yeah, it is death, and it can drive a person like mentally insane. But when you sell your soul, anything can happen. Well, only one me. I didn't hear about him being in the Illuminati, but you never know. Tell me AIDS and HIV isn't terminal anymore. Antiretrovirals and keeping a good diet is SA like having diabetes. Well, here's the thing you guys gotta remember too. Yes, HIV is not considered a terminal illness anymore. But once your T cell count, let me just explain it this way. The only difference between HIV and AIDS is your T cell count. Once your T cell count hits a certain number, and I want to say 100, or maybe it's 20. It's been a long time since I took the class in school. When your T cell hits a certain level, that's when a person is diagnosed with AIDS. That's when their immune system is really, really weak and they are close to dying. Medicine can help you, will help keep you alive, but you guys gotta remember that you still have complications from that medicine, and nothing is guaranteed. Are people still dying of AIDS in 2019? Yes, they are. They are. You really don't die from AIDS, you die from complications of AIDS because the AIDS in a person's body will make like the kidney shut down or the liver shut down. It causes other illnesses. But Avant could have had that illness the whole time and didn't know. You know, diseases can lay dormant in your body and then, boom. No more Avant by 2019. Dang, I listened to his song today. Okay. Yeah, it's sad. I don't wish that on anybody. Medicine helps slow the process, but not the cure. Yeah, that medicine is just that person's lifeline. But if they stop taking it, uh, they out of here. But what's scary too is that once they take that medicine, they can get their HIV to an undetectable level, and then a lot of them think once they're undetectable, they can go back to having unprotected sex. So I don't know. It's really scary and it's really sad. Let's see what else you guys want to talk about. We'll give you guys a few more minutes and then I'm gonna head out. I had so much fun talking with you guys today. Um, we didn't get to do any call-ins, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll try again another time. But yeah, what else do you guys want to talk about? Well, it gets back to wrapping it. It gets back to wrapping it up. Ace is real. Yes, Ace is real. Yes, wrap it up at all times. Michael Jackson. Yeah, I talked about him before on one of my celeb Saturdays, Beach Waves. But basically, my thoughts was I still don't believe that he did it, but I'm not convinced that he didn't do anything. To sleep in a bed with people's kids is just weird. It's strange. It's Avant from Atlanta. Oh, I don't know. He might be. Was that Shade at Atlanta? Die more. um, but yeah, sleeping in the bed with people's kids is just weird. It's weird and it's strange. He might have at some point exposed himself to the kids, taking baths, taking showers. I don't know, you know. But hell, it's not like people didn't try to tell Michael that the stuff didn't look right. He had people telling him, this ain't a good look. Get these kids out your bed. Being self-made. With Kylie Jenner. Yeah, I talked about that too. Yeah, self-made is when you pull yourself up from nothing and you build to a certain status. But having people pave a way for you and you coming and being born into money, you're not self-made. You just took the baton and you ran with it, which is what you're supposed to do. But no, you're not self-made. The families got paid, I believe, pimping their own kids. Yeah, they did. They even said it. They was going on vacations, getting Gucci bags and paying rent and all that kind of stuff. And they knew what was going on. They just turned a blind eye. And then once you know the money stopped, now they want to come out and kill his man. My chemo did worse to me than cancer if it was mentally ill to start with. I do believe he was mentally ill just based on his childhood and how he grew up. As far as chemo, I can believe it because chemo kills everything in the body, not just the cancer cells. So it's kind of like, okay, I got this spot on the wall here that I want to kind of fix, so I'm gonna just throw paint over the whole wall. You know, I'm killing the cancer, but I'm killing everything around it too. No shade, just a question. Oh, okay, Dalmore. Hey, I'm not from Atlanta, so you ain't hurt my feelings, but I was just like, well, dang, that being a little shady, they do have an HIV problem in Atlanta. That's absolutely the truth. Let's see. Okay, guys, we're at about an hour, so one more question. Somebody give me a good one, and then we will get off of live. The Tyreek Hill situation. Hold up. I didn't hear about that. Let me look that up real quick. Under investigation for alleged battery. Battery of who? Is it of a girlfriend? Spokesperson for DCL. Okay. And then I saw the comment about free schooling, so that's what I'm gonna end with. I gotta do some more research on the Chiefs receiver Tyreek Hill under investigation for doing what? Oh, for beating the 3-year-old son. Oh wow. Yeah, okay, yeah, let me talk about this real quick and then I'm gonna get off here. Here's the thing, a lot of people grew up being spanked, being whipped, and that is how they choose to discipline their kids. I am not going to tell you that you should or should not spank your kids. That's completely up to you to do. But you have to keep a couple of things in mind. Number one, you don't spank your kids when you're angry. Okay. Just because you're an adult, you need a timeout too sometimes. So it's perfectly natural to get frustrated with your kid. Walk away and breathe and count to 10. If you're gonna give the spanking, okay, fine, but do it when you're in the right state of mind, not when you're pissed because you're really gonna go in too rough. Number two, um, know your own strength. If you're an athlete, if basically if you work out for a living, you're stronger than the average person. So you can't really hit the kid with your full force because you're gonna literally break the kid. So I'm not saying he's a bad guy because he did it. I don't know the details, but I mean, if I was a judge, I would still charge him because with you gonna spank, a lot of responsibility comes with that. If you injure your child in the process, I'm going to hold you liable because that responsibility was in your hands. So you don't want that risk. Don't spank. Okay, she did that right before he was going to sign. Until he's about to sign the check. Yeah, I mean, everybody got their reasons about why they report stuff. She might have her timing might have been messed up, but if he did it, he did it. What was the other one? Free schooling. Okay, yeah, free schooling. I'm assuming you're talking about college. I think we should consider that as well. If we can waste a bunch of money in a useless war, then we can definitely get with the times and send our citizens to college for free. So, I'm not saying that's going to be the solution to everyone's problems, but we can discuss it. Harvey Weinstein, will that be open camera? Probably not. He has enough money to pretty much have things go his way in this court case. I don't even think he's going to really be convicted, but that's that's just my opinion. Okay, guys, but that is our live. That was in celebration of our 5K subscribers. Um, Research doesn't support corporal punishment. Yeah, yeah, it really doesn't. But you can't tell folks that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know I was late, but we still got 64 minutes in. Let me know down below what you think about the topics we discussed. And we'll continue to go live more, and we might go live and, I might be at a park or I might be chilling somewhere. I like to interact with you guys. I saw the news. This little girl foster mom sent on her and killed her because she wouldn't shut up. The lady. Yeah, these foster parents be off the chain. Off the chain. See you later, Virgo. See you later. Blessings to you. Like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. I will drop my Celeb Saturday video later today, and you guys take